Welcome to today's show. On today's show, we're going to discuss Australia's original inhabitants, the Aborigines. In what was the last ice age? That was about 40,000 to 45,000 years ago. Ocean levels were lower. The average global climate was cooler. Due to the closer proximity of Southeast Asia to the Australian mainland, there was a migration of people by boat and foot around and over a land bridge. The land bridge is no longer present today. Sea levels inevitably rose. The disappearance of the land bridge isolated the migrated peoples within Australia. The migrating peoples were native or aboriginal. We now refer to them as Australia's Aborigines. Aborigines eventually inhabited the island of Tasmania south of the Australian mainland. The Australian Aborigines utilized transportation to acquire food, clothing, and shelter. Boomerangs were used to hunt. A boomerang is an L-shaped tool that when thrown returns to the thrower. Aborigines are hunters and gatherers. They hunt birds, kangaroos, emus, possums, lizards, and snakes. They gather fruits, nuts, berries, seeds, vegetables, and insects. Australian Aborigine culture consists of religious activities, singing, dancing, drawing, etching, painting, and storytelling. Aborigines value the role of families. They have a close relationship with nature and land and are mindful of its utility and do not waste. They have identified their roles as protectors of nature and land and have identified spirits as being responsible for the creation of people, animals, and land. Aborigines throughout Australia and Tasmania developed over 200 distinct languages. The Aboriginal population has dramatically declined with European colonization of Australia, specifically English colonization. It is speculated that over 1 million Aborigines once inhabited Australia's temperate coasts. European settlers forced Aborigines into reservations throughout Australia's outback. Disease, displacement, and violence inevitably degraded the once thriving civilization to less than 50,000 Aborigines by the early 1900s. European diseases colonized Aboriginal communities, for which they possessed no natural immunities. Today, approximately 3% of Australia's population is represented by Aborigines. There are less than 800,000 Aborigines living in Australia today. Most Aborigines live in Australia's Northern Territory at about 30%. As the original inhabitants of Australia, Aboriginal people have inherent rights that were never taken away. These rights exist in addition to general citizenship rights. They include the right to self-determination. This is the right of Aboriginal people to determine the direction of their own social, cultural, economic, and political development. Aboriginal people also maintain the right to maintain their developed culture, language, knowledge, and identity. Modern Aborigines face difficulties in Australian society, such as tobacco usage, alcoholism, and obesity due to diet. I want to thank you so much for watching. Feel free to check out our Teachers Pay Teachers store. Follow us on Instagram, like us on Facebook, and check out our Pinterest page. If you like this video, head on over to our YouTube channel where you can check out many exciting videos like this one. And check out our blog at www.bowtieguyandwife.com. We'll see you later.